So I did some damage over the weekend and bought some new products. Let's see what I got. Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping in. I sure appreciate it. So I had a mental health day on Friday and I took the day off of work and I went with one of my besties and we went shopping and we hit all the good places. I picked up some new things. Did I need them? Freak, no, I did not. But I did it anyways because, like I said, it was a mental health day and let me tell you, it was absolutely worth every penny that I spent, at least just for my mental health sake. So it was nice to just spend some time with a friend, go shopping, and I got some fun things. So let's kind of check out and see what I got. Okay, so from Ulta first, let's see. I did go ahead and pick up the new About Face foundation. We're going to try this one on together. As you can see, I have most of my makeup done. It's mostly just my eyes and my primer. So we need to put on concealer and foundation. So we're going to do that together. So I have the new About Face one. I'm nervous about this one. I'll tell you why in a minute. And the other product I got from Ulta was one of the new NYX Butter Gloss in Bling. This shade, like we swatched it in store, my friend and I, and it was just so pretty on our hands. So I was like, I need that for my lips too. And then from Sephora, where I did the most damage, I actually picked up this lip duo from Lawless. It has the Forget the Filler Balm and plumping gloss duo. The plumping gloss has been on my Sephora wish list for a very long time. We came across this one. It was the only one left, so I grabbed it. I got to try both products. I will say I've been using the lip balm. It's okay. I don't think it's anything special. It smells good. It feels good. Am I going to repurchase it? I don't think so. To me, it's just really nothing super uber special. So we'll see how the gloss is. We're going to use that one today. Another product that we're going to be using today is my new concealer from Tower 28. I'm enjoying my Fenty concealer a whole freaking lot, so I have high expectations for this one as I just smacked myself in the face with it. But I've heard a lot of really great things about the Tower 28 concealer, so I wanted to give this a shot. So I picked that one up. And last, but definitely not least, I have another foundation. I know, right? But again, it was on my list. We saw it. They had my shade. I grabbed it. This is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Stick, the Blur and Smooth Tint Stick. So we won't be using this one today. However, I did pick up shade 4. It's a tad dark for me right now, but I'm already starting to get color. I've been spending a lot of time outside. So the only thing I've done with this is just simply swatch it on my fingertip. I haven't applied it to my face. I didn't even like swatch it in the back of my hand. I quite literally just used my finger to grab a tiny off the top and swatch it on my hand. I do want to say though, I don't know about you guys, but I've been curious about how much product is actually in this because this looks, this whole bottom component, there's nothing in it. There's no product. Let me show you how much is actually in this. That's how much twists up. Now I can see some product, I think, down in this portion, but I don't know how you're going to get that out. But there you go. If you're curious, just like me, that's it. I'm hoping because it's compressed into a stick that it's more product than I think it is. But for being $36, I don't know how I feel about the amount of product. I'll have to start using it and see how much product is actually like coming out per usage, how long this lasts me. But I will set this aside. I was looking for a summery foundation that was really lightweight, easy to apply. So I think this will do well for me over the summer, which is why I got a shade a little bit dark because I intend on using that strictly in the summer. So we're not going to use that one today. I will set that bad boy aside. And let me go ahead and tell you what I've got done. I think I mentioned I have everything except complexion products and lips done. So my eyes are done. I used the Colourpop off Melrose palette today. I stuck in the... Whoa, yellow. Wow, I just shoved my finger into that gold shade. Isn't that lovely? I am klutzy today, man. I used this in the crease. I deepened the crease with this one, outer corner with this one, mid-lid, and inner corner. So, and then the deepest brown along the lower lash line. Something super simple today, keeping it casual. I wanted my focus to be on the complexion products that I have today. Mascara is Believe Beauty Voluminize, and the only other thing I have on my face is my primer. This is my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So that's, I have only put that right here in the heavy pore zone right there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So foundation. Why am I nervous about this one? So I got the shade L2 Peach. I'm afraid I'm going to look like a freaking tomato, but we're going to try it. Why did I get peach? A couple reasons. The first Ulta that we went to, they were actually out of the neutral undertones. The warm undertone was not a good match for me. They actually didn't have the neutral. This was the only one they had, and it seemed like a great match in store. So we picked it up. I say we because my friend was with me. We picked it up, and I had my hesitations with it being peach. So I actually swung by an Ulta on my way home after our little shopping spree and found an Ulta that had the neutral undertones. I feel like the neutral undertones still ran warm. And I read some reviews on it, and it does appear that the neutrals lean a little bit warm. And I don't know. I swatched it and I still feel comfortable with my choice in the peach. It's definitely peachy leaning. It's got a bit of a red tint to it. However, I'm kind of discovering that I like warmer leaning neutrals, and I've had a foundation in the past. I tried the Morphe Lightform foundation, and it had neutral peach undertones, and it was the closest match I've ever had in a foundation. So we're gonna give this peach a shot. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to swatch it out a little. I have not used this tube yet, just the samples or the testers. So there's what it's like not blended out. It definitely has a warmer hue to it. Let's see. So it blends out pretty nice. Granted, my hand is not the same shade as my face. So we're going to see if I turn out looking like a freaking tomato. But, okay, so just primer. Oh gosh. I don't know how I feel about this doe foot. I'm not necessarily worried about like hygienic aspect of it. Okay. It definitely has a very peachy reddish. I mean, I'm not mad about it because it's peach. I purposely picked up peach. I am going to use my Morphe dual-ended foundation brush, and I'm just going to kind of start buffing this in. This, from swatches and stuff, I kind of got the idea that it's a pretty lightweight foundation. It says buildable medium. I don't know about that, guys. To me, it feels pretty light. It's definitely peach. So if you are a peach undertone, this will have it for you. This will have it for you. The reason I went with the peach, though, instead of the neutral and just trying to find a better match in the neutral, is I'm discovering that I do like warmer undertones in a lot of foundations because neutrals tend to look a little pink on me, and peach tends to lean on the warmer side. So I kind of just, after a lot of research, I just kind of had in my head that maybe with the peach being a warmer undertone, that it's going to be a neutral leaning warm, which is ideal. That's what's in my head. I don't know if it's actually like true or not, but that's what I'm running with. But honestly, it doesn't look red on my face. It doesn't look red. I will say that this is a very, very lightweight foundation. And I will say it's a very light coverage that I can see. You can still see all of my dark spots, which I don't mind, especially in the summer. The lighter weight, the better. I just like a little bit of coverage to even out some of my eczema patches, even out some of my hyperpigmentation that I get from the sun. I think that actually ended up being a really great shade match. And I'm looking at my hand, And hopefully you guys are able to see it, maybe not. You can kind of see the glisten of the spot right there. It appears to have oxidized into a less reddish color. It oxidized into more of a warmer shade. Let's see if we can build this up. Why not? I'm just going to build up one side. I want to see... No, I lied. We're going to build it up on both sides. Let's see if I can get more coverage. Okay. I'm also wondering if I keep adding more, if it's going to start turning red on me. Okay. It's okay. I think it can definitely be worked up to medium coverage. I personally wouldn't apply any more than this. I have a feeling it's going to start looking makeup-y. Not cakey, but just makeup-y, like a mask. I would say it is definitely buildable to the light side of medium, if that makes sense. I don't think you're going to get a true medium, but you're getting the lighter side of medium, because it did build. It absolutely did build. You can't see my dark spots quite as much, especially on this side. Yeah, cool. I'm happy with that. All right, y'all. Next up, Tower 28. I picked this up in the shade 3.0 or CC. This one is described as warm with peach undertones. I'm running with the peach theme. It is considered a warmer shade, but I didn't like the match for the neutral shades. They all were too light, and it went from the neutral light to like neutral medium. There was no in between neutral for my skin tone, so I went with the warm with peach undertones. I am going to say that this... I love my Fenty concealer right now. I'm using the Fenty We're Even concealer, and this has quickly become like a staple. I'm not ready to say a holy grail yet because I still want to, you know, obviously test out other products, but this is definitely, spoiler alert, going to be a favorite from 2024. But I hear raving reviews on this, so we're going to give her a shot today. I have not used this on my face, so this is definitely a warmer. It's not neutral, but you can see it there. Definitely warmer, but for me, it was definitely a better shade match than their neutral shades. I'm not using a color corrector today. I feel like I've needed it quite a bit here lately, but I'm not going to use it today because I want to test this all on its own and see how it does. Just trying to find my under eye concealer brush. Where did it go? I washed all my brushes and like moved them around. Now I don't know where anything is. Hang on. I started to panic. I could not find my favorite concealer brush. We're good. We're good. All right. So let's go ahead and blend this out. I think with concealers, you have a little more leeway with like color matching. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's not as noticeable versus like a bad foundation match. I'm still shocked at that foundation match. I'll take you guys outside when we're done here so we can see in natural light, because it's always a little bit different in these studio style lights. But I will make sure you guys get to see the natural light look as well. Yeah, I think it blends well. I would say it's a medium coverage. I would not say it's a full coverage. I still kind of feel like I've got a tiny bit of darkness kind of peeking out in this area right here. And maybe just a little bit in this divot that I have right there. I don't want to layer it up any further because I want to see how this performs throughout the day. And of course, I will do a check-in with you guys. But I'm going to leave it right here. I think that's great. It feels great. Let's see how it is on the hydrating front. That's going to be a big tell for me. My Fenty lasts 13, 14 hours and it still looks amazing. So I kind of have high expectations for this. But it feels good. It looks good. I've also learned I need to let things dry down to get to their true color. Not necessarily oxidize, but just blend in with the skin. So we're going to wait and see how that goes. So far, so good. Last but not least, I don't know which one I want to do. Do I want to do the blingy or do I want to do a forget the filler? Forget the filler, we're really not going to see a whole lot. So let's do this one because I am rather curious if it's gritty. My friend who picked up a different shade in this said that it was a little bit gritty, but these are like $6, so. All right. Whoa, that was like liquid metal. Did you see that? She pretty. I can't wait to see this in the sun. I should probably have swatched this. It's more of like a rainbow gold shimmer. But there's no way my camera's going to capture the beauty of this, but it is a tad gritty, just a tiny bit, but honestly, like really barely noticeable. Only because I think I'm really honing in on it. I think it is beautiful. I know I don't have a whole lot here to show you guys. I just kind of thought we could do this together. So now that I have everything on my face, I'm actually just going to kind of hang out here at my makeup desk for about 10 minutes. And then I'll come back and give you an update on how things are looking, how they're feeling. So for me, it'll be about 10 minutes. For you, it'll be like half a second. All right, y'all, I'm back. So far, you guys saw I did not set my face with powder or setting spray. I usually don't. But right now I'm definitely getting a very nice glow from the About Face Skin Focused Foundation, and it's called the Performer. I don't know if we talked too much about it before I just started going in because I was worried about the tomato effect. Again, I grabbed the shade L2 Peach. I did do a swatch against my Dior foundation, and believe it or not, once this oxidized down a little bit, these two are a dang near shade match. So if we're shade match buddies and you wear 1N in the Dior, you can easily wear the L2 Peach. It looks and feels great. It almost gives me more of like a bronzed effect. So it's, I like it though. I like it because it just makes me look healthy. It makes me look good. Is it an exact shade match? No, but it's dang close. Like I really can't see much of a difference. So I'm really happy with this shade. So if we're shade match twins, give the L2 Peach a shot if the neutral foundation is too warm. But this is supposed to be a skin caring foundation, and I was reading up on it a little bit. It does say it's buildable medium coverage. I agree that you can get it to medium coverage, but again, I think it's on the lighter side of medium, but it feels great. It is definitely a more hydrating foundation. It is very lightweight on my skin. It does not feel heavy. It definitely has a glow, so we'll have to see how bad that glow gets throughout the day. Hopefully not too bad, but I think it looks really great. It's not sitting on top of my skin, but it's not as melted in as I would hope. So maybe I only gave it about 10 minutes. So maybe after a little bit more time, it will melt in a little bit. So I will definitely come back. These are just first impressions. We will definitely circle back around in a couple weeks and talk more about them. The Tower 28 Serum Concealer, I have the shade CC, and so far so good. Definitely a medium coverage, light to medium coverage. I feel like I still need a color corrector underneath it, but I do have some pretty dark areas right in here. That's also due to lack of sleep and stress, but I do still feel like I still need a color corrector underneath it. So, but that's pretty typical with medium coverage concealer, so I'm not mad about that. For me, the big wear test, or the big test is in fact the wear test. I want to see what this looks like in 8 hours. So you will see that with me too, but so far so good. This one, it is beautiful. I do think it needs to be a topper. I think there needs to be a base color. As you saw, I did not use a base color. I just went straight in. Now that it's had time to settle down, it's not gritty at all. It's not sticky. It's your typical butter gloss formula. So if you like the butter gloss and you want a little bit more bling, then these are really great. I enjoy it. So then I think we talked about this. I haven't tried the gloss, just the balm. And then the only other thing from my haul is the Fenty Ease Drop Stick, which I'm not going to use just yet because I want to play around with this for a couple more days before I try that one. So I'll catch that one in a future video. But yeah, so I'm going to end it here. If you are interested to see what this looks like in natural light, stay tuned. Otherwise, later much. Okay guys, sorry, I got my fan on back there. We hit 100 degrees the other day, so it's too hot. But here is the light coming through a window. I just wanted you guys to see the texture of everything here in this filtered light. It does look a little bit warmer on my face now as far as like a shade compared to my neck, but I'm starting to really get a tan, so I think it's gonna be okay. But I'm actually going to step outside so you can see it in that light too. I'll pull you guys in nice and close so you can kind of see what this looks like. And I apologize, I'm on my phone, so it's not the absolute best, but I think it can give you like a really good overall image. And I think even out in this natural light, it's a good shade match. It's not absolutely perfect, but I think it's really, really good. I don't think anyone's really gonna notice. But yeah, so I will check in with you guys at the end of the day so we can see how everything wore. Hey guys, so I'm officially at the 8.5 hour mark, so I thought we could do a quick check-in. I did have to change my shirt. If you haven't learned now, I am the world's biggest klutz, and white is just a dangerous color for me to wear. I don't know what I was thinking. But let's go ahead and just do this check-in real quick. So I'm really happy with the way everything looks. I'm really happy with the way it feels. I don't know if I mentioned it when we first started, but the foundation, it's not tacky at all. It just feels hydrating. I will say though that it's not transfer proof. I answered a phone call earlier, took my phone off my face, and it was just caked in my makeup. But I did end up adding blush and bronzer because I did have to run a few errands today. So I did add blush and bronzer that wasn't on my face before. But for the most part, especially on my upper lip right here in my chin area, it's actually pretty intact. So I'm feeling really great about that. I think it still looks pretty good in here. This is the Tower 28 concealer. It still has pretty good coverage. It's not looking real scaly or really dry. So overall, I'm really happy with this wear test. I'm really happy with this foundation. It is a great shade match. As the day went on, it blended more and more into my skin. It looked really great. The concealer still looks and feels really nice. I will say it's not quite as hydrating as the Fenty Wear Even concealer, but I still really enjoy this. I think it's gonna be a great concealer for lighter makeup days as far as like complexion and base products. But overall, I'm very happy with this. It feels great, it looks great. I'm at the 8.5 hour mark. So at this point, I don't fault anything for breaking down. Makeup is supposed to come off. It's supposed to wear down. It's not supposed to be perfect all day long. The lip product, obviously the NYX Butter Glosses aren't long lasting anyway, so I wasn't too upset. I will say though that I do think the shade that I have is definitely a topper shade, so we'll give that a shot later on. But overall, I am very happy with this, and yeah, thanks for hanging with me.